In this video, I'm going to teach you how to photograph your Asian art for a probate valuation with Swift Values. My name's Mark Littler. I'm a valuer. I've been a valuer for 20 years, and I'm also one of the co-founders of Swift Values. And there's two things that I want you to know before you go into this. The first is that it's a very easy process, and the second is that it's not as complicated as you think. Before you get started taking your photos, there's probably two things that are quite important to say. One is try and take your photographs in natural light where possible. So by that, if you can put a big light on and you've got sufficient light in the room in an evening, that's absolutely fine. But if it's a little bit dark and grainy when you're trying to take the photographs, it might be worth waiting until it's either a brighter day outside or you've got the access to a big overhead light. And then number two, if you can take your photographs just using your smartphone or camera, but take them in a landscape orientation, that's best for us. Now, what photographs do we need for a probate valuation for your Asian art? Well, the first photograph that we need is an overall shot of all of the items. So lay all the pieces out on the table, whether that's 5, 10 or 20, and then just take a nice overhead photograph so that we can see all of the items on the table. And you can take 2 or 3 different angles of the whole collection if you want, but those overview photos are really important for us to establish what's there to value and to see all the pieces in context, and we can see relative scale and things like that. Next, in an ideal world, you would take, if it was a vase, for instance, you would put the vase on its own, take a photograph of the side of the vase, turn it around if there's decoration on the other side too, and then take one photograph of the underneath of the vase as well, because whether there's marks on there or not, that will be really helpful in helping us to age and authenticate the piece as well. And that applies pretty much for most pieces of Asian art, whether you've got small Japanese ivory netsukes, they will have a signature on the underneath of them as well. So just really those overall photographs, one of each side of the piece and then one of the base where you can see any signature or not. That is all we really need. If you want it to be really helpful, the absolute gold standard that you could do is take a picture in that group photo or line the pieces up 5 at a time or something like that and put a piece in there for scale. So put a standard can of Coke or something that you can find lying around that me or one of the other valuers would be able to instantly recognize, and then therefore really help us hone in that scale. And very importantly with Asian art, if there's any stickers on the label, it might have a small sticker on it somewhere saying which collection it's come from. If you can photograph that as well, that is wonderful. But it really is that simple. You just need an overall photograph, one of each side, one of the base, and then one of any stickers. Any questions, just get on the phone or get down in the comments and we'll be more than happy to help.